grew out here on the estate. These were their filing cabinets. So, yeah. Any questions so far? No? Okay, we will go on in here. So this is Mr. Kearney's office.
Well, maybe they had those too.
Yep. You can tell by that original photo there in all the rooms. If you look at those, you'll see everything that was originally in here. So here is the Fruitville estate that was going to be Chateau Fresno, his castle up here.
Sorry.
So that is what it was going to look like, and you can actually see the Kearney mansion behind it and how small dwarfed it would have been compared to this. And could you imagine the revenue that that would have brought in, like Hearst Castle, compared to what we're doing here today? And with it predating it, there would have been artifacts in there that would have been just amazing. So here's a picture of Mr. Kearney. This was the last, they're ringing the chow bell, somebody.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
They can do that. There's...
Oh, they can?
Yeah.
As
long as
I was
they're not
told they
crazy.
weren't supposed to be messing with it.
No, it's in the
Well, they were
park.
crazy ringing it.
Were they?
Yeah.
It's probably some kid.
Yeah, probably.
Did they stop?
I haven't heard it again.
They probably stopped. Did you guys do anything?
No, we're good. We're good. It was just awkward.
No,
And then it was awkward to let you know in the bathroom, too. So yeah, Mr. Kearney actually had an office building in the Flatiron Building in San Francisco. So this was just one of the photos that he found interesting, and this is the Flatiron Building in New York. This photo above here was before any land development went on. That is that back house that I'm going to show you later that is actually the kitchen area, or was the kitchen area. Here's the men's colony, so there were only men out here about that time, and then the lumberyard. So all of these men that were here were actually working the land and making those there, the brick.
Okay.
So that's the adobe brick that is behind the walls. So he actually used them to produce bricks, and it's about 2 feet thick, deep. Yeah, it's about 2 feet thick.
2 feet?
2 feet, yeah. Can you see how thick it is?
I guess so.
But that's part of another reason why they weren't able to get nails in there, because it's brick. So, yeah. And then this is a photo of Mr. Kearney riding in his Locomobile. It was one of the first people in Fresno County to actually have a car. This took him between here and Fresno and here in San Francisco. Can anyone guess how fast they think that might have went?
15 miles an hour.
There. Oh, closer. 30. 30 miles an hour. 9 hour round. No, to San Francisco. 9 hours in a bumpy car.
Did they have highways back then too? Or?
No, mostly dirt roads.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then this one here is the Mercedes-Benz Locomobile that he had in Paris, France. He, like my word again, hobnob, with the rich and famous, and that was one of the things he bought to impress them there, so that they could see that he was from money, had money, and might make them money.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. So remember how I told you I had pulled out a few of his photo books? These are photo books of castles that he collected from around the world.
Wow.
Yeah,
That church looks very familiar.
you could probably read it.
St. John's Cathedral.
And then all of these books are his original books, anything from Last of the Mohicans down to Charles Dickens. He was an avid reader, very educated man. He could speak German and French.
I don't have my glasses on. Is this all pleasure reading? There's no law books or anything?
No law books that I know of.
It's all pleasure.
Just all pleasure, yeah.
Okay.
Like Irvin's works, and then of course Charles Dickens and the Last of the Mohicans, the Pathfinders, and just amazing things that he worked here with the castle or mansion. Sorry.
That would be interesting, the century book of backwards.
Yeah.
That would be very interesting.
Now, I always heard since I was a little girl, the significance of all the trees, palm trees coming up to here.
What'd you hear?
That he built it for his love or his wife, but you said he had no wife.
No wife and no
No
love.
love. That's how stories are told, I suppose.
I think he built it to impress.
Okay, okay.
That's why you planted them all, just to create some sort of a
Here's my grand entry.
entryway,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh. So his ashes are here, right?
They
Am I
were.
mistaken? Oh, they were.
They
Oh,
were.
okay.
They were moved over to the Chapel of Life off of, I think it's Belmont.
Oh, okay.
Chapel of
And
Life.
that's where
Yeah.
And that's where they reside.
Wow.
Okay, with that being said, we're gonna go, no, they're fine. We're gonna go upstairs, so they may tell you, I don't know, we were still on the
Something.
They may tell you, hold on to the railing. My goodness, chapped. So we will go on up. We're gonna go up 3 flights to the attic. Take your time, because I can't talk when I
You go,
get
folks.
there.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Big girl issues. The wallpaper in here is original, not duplicated, not replicated. It is wisteria.
I really love this one.
Let's stay here. It's more fun to go to B&B.
I'm dying by the time I get up here.
Oh, we're already at the top.
I'm all like,
What's that for?
no, where's she at?
Yes. There's really not a convenient way for you, right? Maybe it's just like a floral.
So this we put together, it's our newest exhibit, just to show you a little more of Chateau Fresno or Fruitville Estate. So it's to show you a little more of the town that was behind Kearney Mansion. So here is the lumber yard, and as you can see, that here's a railroad car, so they would have come in, pulled in, and then gone back out the same way it came in. Pick up some kind of fruits or vegetables or whatever they were selling at that time. Here's the back of the mansion. This one was about 1930, 1940, as you could tell by the car. Here's the barn. This is the men's colony. When I say men's colony, the men that didn't have wives and kids would probably reside somewhere like that. Here's a single family home. Over here is another photo of that tea house, single family home, and I think this was an alfalfa gatherer. So all of that was ran out here. And then that was the post office or the Kearney cash store, ran by a man by the last name of Burnett. That was them having milk delivered in that photo. How do you think they kept milk fresh at that time? 1903, 1904.
Underground?
A lot of times, yeah, they would have like an ice house
Right.
underground. But for us here on the Kearney Mansion, they have an ice house.
Oh.
And they store large blocks of ice, and that's where anything you needed to keep cool or fresh would go.
Oh, good.
Yeah, we still have that here on the premises. I'll show you later. So this here is a U.S. Census report from 1920. It's just to give you an idea of some of the people who lived out here, meaning different ethnicities. Most of the time, most of them were Armenian because mostly they were working the grape farms out here for Mr. Kearney or Mr. Frizzell. So a lot of them you'll see Armenia. There were some from Turkey and Mexico and so on and so forth. But we picked this particular one mostly because Collegian, you know, for Collegian Stadium. Can you believe they were in the valley in 1920 already? Yeah. Yeah, they are. And then these are some, yeah. Yep, and
I think so too, that's very similar.
yeah.
These are people that were actually living here.
These are people who were actually living here in Kearney Town, some of the families. So he had a swimming pool built for them. This is what a swimming pool looked like then, not what we see now. You know, it's just a big cement pit with water in it, which the kids love, I'm sure, compared to, but we have it so good now compared to what swimming pools used to look like. That was Kearney Elementary School on the back wall there. So you can see there were children from all ethnicities together in school. And then just some other photos of beautiful families that were raised out here and lived out here. Now, Mr. Kearney had his own Kearney cash. Most of the time you weren't able to make it. Most of the time, if you worked out here on the colony, you weren't really able to make it into Fresno. It was 7 miles. You're not going to walk 7 miles just to go downtown Fresno to get your needs when it's all met out here, right? So he would pay them in Kearney cash and they could spend it out here on the fruit bill estate. So yeah, this is all his money here. And pass that around if you like. And see what it looks like. Yeah. So Mr. Burnett was the owner of the cash store, and not owner, the manager of the cash store.
Okay.
So some of the things that he did that the kids really loved, and he wasn't just trying to get money from the parents, because back then there was a saying, you owned your soul to the company store, because when you go in to shop there, he would write down everything you wanted, and then you'd pay later. You wouldn't pay right then. So that's where that saying came from. But he also marketed the kids as well, because he had a large wall of chocolates, and the kids, if they saved their money, they could buy a gumball, and if they were the lucky one that week to get the only red gumball, then they got to pick any chocolate they wanted on the wall.
Wow.
Fun story though, huh? But he was not only getting money from the parents, he was getting money from the kids as well. He was pretty smart. Did you want to look at it?
Yeah, sure. Thank you.
So yeah, and then you can see other things that might have been sold in this cash store. Those are old cans that would have been from that era. You're welcome. So Mazzola, of course, is oil. Coffee there in the middle. Caro syrup, which I prefer still to this day. I love white corn syrup. I don't like maple, so I buy the white corn syrup and put that on my pancakes and waffles. It's so yummy. Yeah. I usually do it with sliced strawberries or blueberries. But
Oh, okay.
anyway. And then Ovaltine, and then of course honey and Ghirardelli chocolate. So those are just some things that might have been sold there in the Kearney cash store. Any questions up here? No? This building's still here. That is the blacksmith building. We have storage in there. It's still out there.
I was just
Candy.
wondering what is this? Oh, it's so big, I didn't even read it. That's how they bought the candy?
I guess he bought it in bulk,
Wow.
probably. That's a photo of Mr. Burnett right there on the wall. So yeah. Any questions up here so far? No? Okay, we will go down one level then. Down is better than up.
So these were generally bedrooms up here and
No bedrooms. Always attics. attic space.
Attic space? Okay. Okay.
Nothing exciting, you know.
Okay.
We have artifacts.
Okay.
Nothing exciting.
And was this how it was built? Were these walls built? It was built
No,
with the
no,
walls?
we put all of this in for that exhibit.
Okay.
And I think we painted the floor brown over there, but this was original up here. Yeah. Mhm. Yeah. So we will go down one floor. I'll wait in here and let you guys go down because I have to turn the light off on the last one. I'll walk it up. You can take a look on the phone on the wall there. That's an original phone from Kearney. The bench was added later by the Frizzell family for when gossip era came along. They put the chair in so the women could sit for longer periods of time. We're going to go this way here to the left, right over here to the left. This room here is the children's room. Only boy, the only boy who was ever born or child born in this house was Samuel Parker Frizzell Jr. And his father was that second superintendent of the farm from until 1949. So yeah, him and his wife had one son and one son only. And we'll go to his mother's room later, and I'll show you where he was actually birthed. So this room here was his room, and he resided here. As you can tell, most of the picture here, everything in this room he took with him when he left for college. So he left for college, he became a chemistry. He went to school for chemistry and became a soil, for his father. He did something with the soil here on the land to help with production of soil content.
Oh, okay.
What college did he go to?
I believe Harvard.
Oh.
Stanford. Sorry.
I mean,
I know it was one of
it
those.
was one of the
One of
Yeah,
those big
beats.
ones. Yeah. So, but yeah, he was the only child that lived here on the premises that ever had his own bathroom, his own heating source. The children in those back houses had not even, restrooms or lights or anything. They all lived, So he was a naughty boy and snuck kids in here and would get in trouble through. He was mischievous. We're told that one year he actually jumped into a pile of black ashes and then jumped into the swimming pool. And who followed? All of the town's kids, so the pool was black. So yeah, he got into a little bit of trouble, but I think that, when you're the leader of the pack, it's okay to do that once in a while. It's going to happen. The wallpaper in this room is a reproduction. The original wallpaper is back here. We leave in any of the rooms that have been reproduced, we leave the original behind, right down here at the bottom.
Oh.
I think they got it pretty close.
Yeah, I think they did.
Yeah. All the things that are in this room were donated period timepieces from people around the valley. So if we didn't have anything, we would wait until something from that era came through and then fill the room with the correct time period pieces. Yeah. Any questions about this room here?
Can we look in the bathroom?
Oh, we're gonna go over there.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Go ahead. So yeah, just be careful with the hooks on the wall. I always have to tell people because you don't want to get your ear or your head. So yeah, This is the Jack and Jill bathroom that he shared with the guest room. This here was the restroom, and then this was the closet that went with that bedroom. That bedroom over there has its own closet in it. That's that original house in the back that was built 1886-ish. That's the one that held the kitchen area. And then our offices for Fresno County Historical Society are upstairs in the top floor. That's my office. Right there, yeah. Yeah, so. So in this room here, I absolutely love the wallpaper in this room.
Yeah, beautiful.
It plays a little trick on you. So where you're at, look at it far away.
Yeah.
Far away. Look at far away.
Far away.
Yeah, far away. Tell me what you see. Some lattice work and some vines, right?
Vines.
Okay. Now turn and look at it where you're close up. Tell me what you see now. Look real close.
Oh, birds.
Birds everywhere.
Oh, good.
There you go.
But you can't see them from far away, so it plays with your head a little bit, the wallpaper. But I love it, yes. Now, the original photo of this room was so damaged that we don't have it. We believe that it was on top of the pile of all the photos that were taken, and it had been damaged. So, we do know from a visit from a past person who lived here that the original bed was in this corner. There was a tall boy dresser here. You know what a tall boy is, where they're just taller and have more drawers. And then this one was more of like a long, lower, with a big mirror over the top of it, kind of like the bed stands today. But everything in this room was donated by people in the valley. Since we didn't know what went in here, we could,
Seems to fit.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could have told us that that's where he slept.
Yeah.
Right?
So yeah.
It's right here. Change the water.
And then back here is the original Kearney
Oh, okay.
wallpaper. It
Yeah.
is a morning glory lattice. But I think that when they reproduced the Frizzell one, they made a better choice. I love this
I
one.
know. Yeah, those colors in it, very nice.
Yeah, and until I noticed there were actually birds in it, and I looked at it from far away, I didn't see any birds. And then when you look up close, you see them. So now I share that with everyone because it's a nice touch.
I love your design over there.
Funny, huh?
Like, don't sit there.
No, don't want to sit there. No. I could just imagine somebody sitting there and then all the horns go in.
Oh, man.
It kind of reminds me of Mr. Kearney's, I'll show you, a hairstyle that he used to wear.
Oh. That doesn't look like a
We
mustache.
call it his midlife crisis hairstyle, and it looks just like that handlebar that's up there at the top. His hair goes like this. I'll show you when we get to his room. It's hilarious. So all of these tea quarters here were mostly used for servants. They weren't really allowed to use the middle of the, oh, of course, nobody in Squaw Valley. Go ahead and call. So these were used for servants. There's a set of stairs at the end of the original veranda. We